Alright, I wanted to go through this U-turn down here. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this function in here. So doing so, we get 3x to the 5th minus 14x to the 4th, and then minus 14x to the 3rd, and then plus 36x squared. That's not right. Plus 43x plus 10. Graph. So that's looking like it's over there at, I don't know, -1 or -2, I can't really tell. And it's looking like it might even be bouncing there. And then, yeah, maybe at -1, and then something shy of, something between 0 and -1, but that's not nice. And then it's going straight through 2 maybe, and then maybe 5 or a little bit off 5. But let's see, let's check our table there and see what that says. So at -1 there, where they're at 0. Oh, it's going by 5.5, that's why I was messed up. Alright, so -1 and then 2. So let's start to list all our zeros down there that we know. We've got -1, and I turned it there, so that's definitely a double. And then we could see we've got one there at 2. And then I wanted to see if there's any farther over, because on the graph it looked like there were. Yeah, there's one there over at 5. And then there's one we don't know. Alright, so now we can just go ahead and use our synthetic division here. So I'm going to go ahead and put -1 in here. So I'm going to do my coefficients. 3, -14, -14, 36, 43, 10. Bring down my first term. Multiply by what's inside the box. Add these here over here together. Multiply by what's in the box. Add together. Multiply by what's in the box. Add together. Multiply by what's in the box. Add together. Multiply by what's in the box. And add together. Alright, so now we're down to 3x to the 4th minus 17x to the 3rd plus 3x squared plus 33 plus 10. That's our new one. Well, we still got a 0. We got a double 0, so we can do -1 in that again. So 3, -17, 3, 33, and 10. Notice each time I'm using the new equation. So I can bring down the first number, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply by what's in the box, add these together, multiply by what's in the box, add these together. Alright, so definitely those two are zeros. We confirmed it because we used our synthetic division and we got 0 for our remainder. So we know those are zeros. All right, some of our other zeros there. Let's try another one. So now we're down to 3x to the third minus 20x squared plus 23x plus 10. All right, so we got 3, negative 20, 23, 10. Bring down the first number, multiply by what's in the box, add these together, multiply by what's in the box, add these together, multiply, add. All right, so now we're down to 3x squared minus 14x minus 5. Now we still have another 0. It's up to you because we still need to find the other 0, but we could either use synthetic division again and put the 5 in there, or we could use the quadratic formula. It's up to you, or we could try to factor this. It doesn't matter. Maybe I'll try to factor this. I could use my synthetic division again. So doing so there, we could, let's factor this. We haven't done that yet. So factoring this out, 3x times x multiplies to give me 5. I'm going to put a 5 here and a plus 1 here. So then how do you get 0 and how do you get 0? Well, you get 0 here when x is 5. And we already said that would be one of our factors. How do you get 0 here? Well, set it equals 0 if you don't see it. So we get 3x equals negative 1. Divide by 3. And you get a negative 1/3. So that's our other one that we were looking for, negative 1/3. For a total of 5. Negative 1 is twice, 2, 5, and negative 1/3, and you've got a power there of 5. So we've got them. Yay. So then the last part here is to find the zeros, the local max, and the local min. So we could go ahead and we could look at this by factor by grouping if we wanted to as well. Or we could graph this on our graphing calculator. So lots of options here. So I might go ahead and just factor this if I possibly can. I'm going to take out my x to the third there. I'm left with x minus 2. And that's not going to help, is it? Because now if I try to factor that one, it's going to be 2x minus 1. So factoring by grouping is not going to work. So let's go ahead and let's graph this out on our graphing calculator. So I'm going to go to my y equals here, clear this out of here. We've got x to the fourth. And then it is minus 2x to the third. Plus 2x minus 1. All right, so let's graph that. And it's looking like maybe at negative 1 and 1. Let's check that. Yep, there's the 1 and the negative 1. All right. So my zeros and then I want to go back here and look at that because I think they turned at those spots. So if you look here, it's going straight through negative 1. So -1, nothing special there. And then at 1 there, if you notice, that's a triple zero. It's doing that kind of a cubic function through this. So this ends up being my triple. So we've got one here at -1 and here at 1. So you might want to get this other, you might want to be able to see if you can figure out, well, no, it's okay. Well, we also have to figure out where this turning point down here is, that local, the bottom point there, our local min there. So let's find that too. So remember how we can do this? We can go second calc. We can go down to min, which is number 3. Surround your point there. Oops. It's going to tell us it's down there at -0.5 and -1.6875. All right, so graphing that, and we know it's going to be up and up because it's even, and we can also tell by here it's even and it's positive. So let's graph out that function now. So now doing so, you can start up, come through. It does kind of that cubic sort of a thing in there. So there we got it. So knowing the behavior of the graph, we could graph that out. Oops. So our learning target was to find the rational zeros of polynomial using synthetic division, graphing calculator, and quadratic formula. I can graph the polynomial function by finding the rational zeros and the local max min of a polynomial function. So assignment there, and then the worksheet as well. So page 279, 11 through 17, 23 to 28, 32 to 36, and then on the 3-3 graph number 2 worksheet, if you could do those.